spent 15 years working in the former Soviet Union. I have a master's in Russian and East European studies, and you know, when people think of the former Soviet Union, they often think of vodka. And then I started working with women survivors of war, and then also with tequila. And what I heard over and over and over again was how much women needed to earn an income. This idea that education gives women voice, but it's really the income piece that gives women choice. And so when I thought about what I wanted to do in this kind of next phase of my career, it wasn't development, it was business. It was to be on the job creation side. And I was thinking, okay, vodka, potatoes, women, Virunga Mountain spirits.
Karen's idea, born out of her desire to really create a project that would build on the value of agriculture, and in particular potatoes. She had fallen in love with the North, and the idea from the beginning was a female-forward business.
So with almost 9 years experience in hospitality, when I saw about an alcohol industrializing in Rwanda, I wanted to challenge myself because I don't feel comfortable when I'm at one place. So I felt like with my experience dealing with the guests, knowing what the customers are looking for, so I thought that it is a good opportunity to join here also as an experienced manager so that I can share what I know from the customer care to the industry of alcohol. But also I wanted to be an example of the women, just to set a good example to everyone who are always still feeling that they're not capable to do so.
When I traveled all over the world, I ran into women alcohol makers. And what's interesting, what most people probably don't realize is making alcohol has been the chosen occupation for poor women all over the world, not necessarily because they wanted to, but because it was a really good way to make a living and earn a livelihood. And so to me, you know, when I encounter women, not only around the world, but in Rwanda too, who were the original alcohol makers in this country? They were predominantly women, right? And that's true since the beginning of the time all over the world. And so when I think about this business, it may seem like a non sequitur actually to go from development to making craft alcohol, but actually it's the opposite. It's honoring the history and legacy of women alcohol makers all over the world. And some of who have experienced great hardship in terms of doing that. And what I've noticed also is in a lot of sectors, including alcohol, you know, the more commercialized it becomes, the more women tend to get pushed out. And so this is another reason I wanted to create a female-forward distillery, to create opportunities for women along the value chains, the growers, the producers, the bottlers, the marketers, all, you know, everybody who's involved in the business, really.
ubufatanyabikorwa na Virunga Mountain Spirit bwafashije abadamu cyane bitewe n'uko abadamu bajyaga bahinga ibirayi bakabisarura ibinini bakabigurisha ibitoya bakabijyana mu mago tukabijyana mu ngo zacu tukabitaho igihe kirekire turi kubihata ikadutera n'igihombo mu gihe n'ibindi byajyaga biborera mu mago. Ubu amahirwe dufite ko Virunga Mountain Spirit yatwemereye isoko yo kuzajya iratubura ibyo birayi biri kudufasha gutera imbere cyane kuko n'igiciro ni cyiza twaragishimye.
My understanding is that women play a major role in alcohol production throughout history. And I've heard this story many times from people at a community level in Rwanda that it's women who make traditional alcoholic beverages for ceremonies, for family events, mostly banana beer or wine. And by putting women forward at the helm of this business, I think we honor that traditional role in both this community but around the world.
I've always had the dream of setting up and working at a distillery again from scratch and helping that distillery along through processes, not just working on recipes, because a lot of my background is working on recipes as well. But here it's the whole picture. It's working on recipes, it's training the people, it's looking at the equipment, how it's designed, how it's processed, how it flows. It's creating everything basically. And as you know, we create everything from scratch. It was just a natural progression to also then come here, work with everybody here, impart my knowledge onto the people that we work with so that they can take this further and they can make wonderful vodka.
There's an opportunity here around product diversification. There's so many people who come to Musanze and to Volcanoes National Park just to go gorilla trekking. But what if they came for other reasons? I think we need to give people a reason to stay in Musanze, to spend more money in Musanze, to be in Musanze longer, to see its abundant offerings. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to have the distillery here. I also think it's important to think about what we've created at Virunga Mountain Spirits is not just a product, but it's a place. It's a destination. It's all of that in one. So you're coming here, you're tasting the vodka, you're really experiencing the sort of the multitude of offerings of Musanze at our site here. When you taste Kerry vodka, you're tasting more than a premium spirit. You are tasting the beauty and spirit of Rwanda, the spirit of Virunga.